Մայիս 25-ին Օնթարիոյի խորհրդարանէն ներս նշուեցաւ Հայկական ժառանգութեան ամսուան նվիրված 4-րդ տօնակատարութիւնը պատգամաւորներու եւ այլ հիւրերու ներկայութեամբ։ Սոյն ձեռնարկին ներկա գտնուեցաւ նաեւ Օնթարիո նահանգի վարչապետ Տակ Ֆորտ։ Այս հadouk արիտը կհամախմբի հայկական համայնքի անդամներն ու ղեկավարները արժևորելու եւ նշելու հայ համայնքի հարուստ պատմությունը, մշակույթը եւ ներդրումները։
For the Premier of Ontario, Taq Fort. It is a privilege to gather here once again in this beautiful building to honor the culture, history, and enduring spirit of the Armenian people. Tonight's celebration is made possible by Bill 105, the Armenian Heritage Month Act, introduced in the legislature by MPP Aris Babikian and championed by Premier Taq Fort. The bill passed with the unanimous support of all parties, the Progressive Conservatives, the Liberals, the NDP, and the Green, reflecting a shared commitment to recognizing the contributions Armenian Canadians have made to our province. It is my honor to welcome our special guests joining us this evening, MPPs from all stripes, the Premier, the Ambassador, the Archbishop, members of the Diplomatic Corps, community leaders, clergy, and friends of the Armenian community. We are grateful for your presence and your support.
It is a great pleasure to host you once again in Queen's Park, the House of Democracy in Ontario. Thank you, Premier, for being with us for the 4th year in a row. That shows how much high respect and value the Premier puts in the Armenian community and their contribution to Ontario. Without any further ado, I would like to call upon the Premier of Ontario to deliver his remarks to our community and all the presence here.
Well, first of all, folks, what an honor and privilege it is to be here with the Armenian community. And I have to tell you, Aris is an absolute champ. You ask any of my colleagues, hardest working MPP that we have down at Queen's Park, and everyone loves Aris. He's amazing. We have over 100,000 Armenians from Armenian descent that live here in Ontario, and they give back in every single area, as you said, no matter if it's academia, being true entrepreneurs, trailblazers, culture, heritage, everything under the sun. So again, we want to thank you for your contribution. And in the late 1800s, the first Armenian people came to Ontario, and they landed, do you know where they landed? In Port Hope. They landed in Port Hope, I'm reading here, in 1887. You have a rich, rich history here in Ontario, and again, I want to thank you. And obviously, as you mentioned, Aris, I think it was yourself or the Archbishop will mention the First Republic in 1918 and the foundation of a modern Armenia. So thank you again, and anything you ever need, you reach out to myself or you out to Aris and any of my colleagues. I know some people from other parties are in here. I want to thank my colleagues for coming here, and you're the greatest community ever, and I'll always have your backs, and I'll never waver. Thank you, and God bless the Armenian community. Thank you.
We extend our heartfelt gratitude and sincere appreciation to the members of the Legislative Assembly of Ontario, to the Honorable Aris Babikian, and to all those whose dedication and leadership made this historic recognition possible. We are especially honored by the presence of Premier Taq Fort. Your presence today is a meaningful sign of friendship, respect, and solidarity with the Armenian Canadian community. Today, we also express our sincere gratitude to Canada, this blessed country that welcomed generations of Armenians with openness, generosity, and opportunity. Here, Armenian immigrants and refugees found not only safety, but also the opportunity to rebuild their lives with dignity, faith, and hope. As Armenians, we are proud to share our ancient Christian heritage, rich culture, history, and values with our fellow Canadians while participating actively and faithfully in the life of this country that we are proud to call home. May this important initiative inspire future generations to cherish truth, justice, peace, and mutual respect among all peoples. And may Almighty God bless the province of Ontario, its leaders, and all communities who work together in the spirit of understanding, compassion, and unity. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Archbishop just arrived from Rome. He was part of a delegation headed by Catholicos Aram I on a visit to Rome to visit the Vatican, to meet the Pope Leo, and try to re-cement the relationship between the Armenian Orthodox and the Catholic Church. Thank you very much for your work, Archbishop.
To see Armenian heritage being celebrated in the Parliament of Ontario in presence of Premier Taq Fort and so many friends of the Armenian community is both meaningful and sincerely appreciated. Throughout my diplomatic career, I have had the opportunity to observe Armenian communities in different parts of the world, and one thing has always remained constant. Armenians preserve their identity not by standing apart from the societies in which they live, but by becoming active and contributing members of them.
It's great to be here with so many MPPs. We all heard the Premier say, by the way, Aris Babikian is the hardest working MPP. I always thought it was Logan Kinapathy myself. We all love Aris and of course his leadership that he showed. Passing Armenian Heritage Month we're proud to celebrate every month of May, and I do want to note it wasn't just Progressive Conservatives, it was Liberals, NDP, Green Party, Independent. Every member of the legislature voted yes for that bill, which shows the love that Ontario has for the Armenian community right here at home and around the world. We live in the best country in the world because you can come from anywhere and be proud to be where you're from, and even prouder to be where you're at. You can be a proud Armenian, you can be a proud Canadian. And no other country has done it like this. And of course, there are challenges that we face. Of course, we see racism, we see hatred. Due to Aris's leadership and the team behind me and the Premier's leadership, this government has invested hundreds of thousands of dollars supporting the Armenian churches with their security year after year. We've been with you for years. We'll be with you for years to have your back every step of the way.
You've built churches, community centers, schools, and your children, your grandchildren, and your great-grandchildren all know who they are, where they come from, and are learning your heritage and language, of course.
Good evening, everyone. Parath Polonet. I'm Stephanie Bowman from the riding of Don Valley West, and I have the privilege of being the riding that has one of only two Armenian Catholic churches in Canada. And I had a very special visit there last week with my colleague Jonathan Sow, the MPP from Don Valley North. And I want to thank him as well as his staff, Aras, who is here from his office, as well as her parents today. I want to welcome them to Queen's Park. It took such perseverance and determination of the Armenian community to create that Independence Day following the horrors of the Armenian genocide.
So I learned about the Georgetown boys. So 100 boys who were orphaned made their way to Georgetown. And they were so curious and started a newsletter as a way to help them learn English. They were successful in working in agriculture and jobs. And I think it's just one example of the many ways in which Armenians have contributed to the economy, had risen above genocide and adversity to make Ontario a better place. So happy Armenian Heritage Month on behalf of the Green Party and Mike Schreiner and the people of Kitchener Centre. Thank you for coming here today and sharing your culture with us.